and dictators. You know, at the end of the day, we don't live over there, so we don't really know the real truth. We take everything we hear over here in America, and I think we take it for granted. And this thing with Donald Trump and all of this one and all of that one,
You
I
mean the
actually
whole
think
Trump derangement syndrome bullshit that's going on?
I don't know what you're talking about, so I can't say yes.
Basically, it's where the mainstream media paints somebody as, well, in in this particular case, Donald J. Trump,
Mm-hmm.
the president of the United States, as a villain or something along the lines. I personally, I judge people by their actions.
Okay, we'll say something like that.
That's
Fine, right?
like,
Uh,
if you're trying to make a difference, I understand. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Everybody has a different viewpoint of how to get things done.
Right.
Now, the fact that the fact that in our society, well, here in America, there's no form of compromise anymore. None.
What you
None
mean?
to be
What
had
you mean?
between the political parties and the powers that are in the elected officials, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's hardly any compromise until it starts affecting them, and I think that's bullshit. It should never result to that. This
You're
should be for it
100%
should be
right.
for it should further be investigated, and if it turns out to be true on either side, it should be addressed that right then and there. There shouldn't be
You
this tug of war thing going to actually get things done. It should
you're
never result to
100%
that.
right, but you got to think
Welcome
about
back,
something.
Dragon.
If I found a way to eat steak and shrimp every day, right? And I told you how you can eat shrimp and steak every day,
I
and
could try
then
that, but then
and
again,
then
more of I do have more of a carnivorous diet. I eat more meats and
right, then you went and told somebody that you
vegetables.
shouldn't
Like
have told.
I still eat I still eat vegetables. I'm just saying I eat more meats and vegetables because my body can process meats very quickly.
Mm.
And
So
whenever
you
I
go
eat
and
too
tell
much vegetables,
someone,
my stomach starts acting all funny. Trust me, I've done it before. That's why I don't. That's why I don't drink regular V8 anymore.
mm.
I
and
used to do that.
then you go and tell someone my secret on how to eat steak and shrimp when I told you not to tell nobody because there's a reason, right?
Well,
And now,
it's all based off of my biology.
then, then, then,
If
then, then,
anybody's
then that's dipping
so
into
I
my pocket, and that's how like the political game is. They all eat at the same table, and
You have arrived at your destination.
they're not supposed to bring no one else at the table just like that. And when you do, to them it's kind of being disrespectful. But the problem with it is, these people trying to tell you, they're telling you know what you're doing is wrong, right? And you know eventually you're going to get caught if you don't stop. And you're like, you don't care because in order for you to get caught, it would require a certain amount of people to catch you that are either already underneath your feet or underneath the feet of somebody that you know.
that makes
You
sense.
know? When we was talking earlier and you were saying you don't think the mob have connections in political society as they used to. When they do. And I was
You
like,
don't really hear much about them.
there's a reason you don't hear about them.
You'd be lucky to even encounter a person kind
I'm
of
gonna tell you, I'm gonna, I'm gonna,
either
tell, I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna find them, and I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna find them. Because technically, the mob don't exist no more. So now, since the mob don't exist no more, I can kind of lead a certain kind of life, not even worrying about, oh, I have to worry about God so much like I used to, and actually probably just do my job. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
They live their lives as everyday people because the mob don't exist, and there's no reason why the government have to come down on them because they are not participating in any type of illegal action. They should. They either because they was already working for the system, either keep on working the system because they were snitches or whatever you want to call them. I mean, whatever. Because I don't believe in the snitches. The snitches decree to me has died, and I know exactly why it did. So maybe it's good riddance to it anyway. Because when you have no do things without honor, it's just that dishonorable. So.
Yep.
But you know, it's because like I said, I keep my eyes on the news, and you'll be surprised. A lot of people who, in certain eyes, may be considered small time, are actually going down for some big time shit.
Yep.
And if people do not realize this by now in life, then we really are doomed. Because all we're going to do is keep repeating the same mistakes. And that's greed.
History does have a tendency to repeat itself.
Yeah. And even though history has a tendency to repeat itself, it repeats itself technically for one thing. Greed. Too many of us are not contented with life. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a point in time where I was happy with life, I was good, and then I became discontented. And I know exactly why I'm discontented, because if I cannot be a productive member of society, if I cannot somehow produce, you know what? I'm gonna just leave it at that word. If I cannot produce, then it's like almost I've lost my function. Because you gotta think about something. No matter how high rent gets, no matter how low rent goes, you're always gonna have to pay rent unless you own your own home. And even when you own your own home, you're still paying
taxes.
somebody for it. So everything you do in life is about producing, because if you cannot produce, you're gonna become stagnant and turn to dust, just wither away. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that's something that I'm afraid of right now. I'm afraid that I can't. I'm.
Did I lose you? Hold on.
I'm very happy to have what little that I have right now. But if I'm not careful, I could become a statistic
Yep.
of the government, which I don't want to become. I'm not one now, and I don't intend to be until it's time to be, which is supposed to be retirement age, which is what, 65, 70. So I got a long ways from that. So I do not want to become a statistic of the government in any shape or form. And to not become that statistic,
Oh man.
I kind of got to find a way to rebrand myself and start producing. Now I got a lot of other ideas, and I'm procrastinating, which is something that I need to stop doing.
Hey, don't feel bad. I thought, it's funny. I told all of my friends that are the only individuals I hang out with in person a lot. I would even extend this offer to you. Like, we were planning on creating a business where we use all of our skills. But I'm pretty sure you know a lot on, like, Salim does a lot of utility work. I have too many skills to count because I diversify my skill set whenever I can. So whenever I see an opportunity to learn something new, I take it.
Right.
Like basically, I'm already going to school for software engineering and electrical engineering. Well, actually, it's computer and electrical engineering, but software engineering is a part of computer engineering. It's just computer engineering is a lot more broader. So you basically dip your hand in a lot of different fields. Because you don't just learn to code, you learn how to program, you learn how to create complex systems, and then the electrical engineering side of it is basically building circuits, knowing how they function, knowing how to diagnose them, knowing how to repair them. So they all are interconnected. If you're talking about software engineering, electrical engineering, computer engineering, they're all connected. And they're all relevant fields.
Right.
They're not going to go anywhere as long as technology's still alive. Even old tech, it still applies. So that's one thing I ran by the group. The only person who responded to that so far is Salim, but because everybody else has busy work schedules, just like I do. We'll drop messages in the group chats some days, like, and it takes a few days for them to be able to respond because we all have different schedules, and then sometimes we end up working longer hours or taking some overtime hours, and after we get home, we're beat. We're just like, I'm just gonna eat and go to bed. You know what I mean? There's one time where I actually pulled a 15 hour. I pulled a double, which I pulled a double, and I normally work a 10-hour shift. Normally, but I'm thinking about just making it 12 and calling it a day. Like my normal shift is like I'm thinking about just telling them just make my normal shift 12 hours. I get more done. But basically, because I know Salim works long hours, I kind of feel bad for him because sometimes they have him there from sometimes they have him there longer. And since he lives, well, actually, him and I live about the same distance from our jobs almost. Like he lives outside of, well, I'm not going to give a general location, but he lives outside of the capital city, and he works all the way in a town. He works all the way in the basically a part of the state that's neighboring where I live. So he has to drive a lot. I have to drive from my area over by his. His is outside where my workplace is. So we basically drive very similar distances every day to go to work. So me and him understand each other on that front there. Even though his environment is completely different than mine. like it's very like I've been to his house a few times. It's very easy to miss your turn, but it all comes back to each other. Like if you get, and he's right off the highway just like I am. But me, I'm surrounded by trees, and they're actually trying to widen the road. So the traffic pattern over here is absolutely nuts at them. I'm hoping they do it 2 lanes on both sides, but then again, I don't know how that's gonna work because they keep adding shit that's unnecessary. Like we don't. Here's the thing: they're building a Wawa over here, and I'm like, it's already hell getting out of my neighborhood now. When you add that Wawa, if you add a gas station to that, which, like, not even 200 feet down the road from my neighborhood, there's a BP gas station. So, you got a gas station there. I can understand if we want to add competition for them to make their prices more competitive, but here's the funny part. If you go the opposite direction, I'd say about double the distance, there's a shopping center. And right across the street from that shopping center is actually another few gas stations. So I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, I can understand it, and here's the funniest thing. We have an Acme, we have a ShopRite, we have a Walgreens, a CVS, we have, let's see, Wawa up the road from the movie theater. We have the movie theater itself, we have a Cold Stone, we have a Home Depot, we have a GameStop, which is the only one I rarely go to because it's close. I could drive far. Well, actually, that's a lie. If you go the opposite direction, there's one down there, over where Newcastle is, where Newcastle and Bear meet. And there's also in a big shopping center. You see what I mean? So basically, they're just gonna make this place a lot more congested if they add if they add a Wawa. Now, if they do the traffic pattern perfectly, which never happens in the history of road construction. You already know what I'm saying. I criticize their. As somebody who studied architecture and prior to electrical and computer engineering, I know how the relation between roadways, shopping centers, neighborhoods. I know how all that stuff works. If you don't design it exactly right, you're just gonna make the traffic. You're gonna make the traffic and life of the existing residents a lot worse than it was prior to this big investment. And here's the worst part. They're not just doing construction here. They're doing construction in the next town over. They're doing construction in Newcastle. They're doing it over in Newport. I'm like, one project at a time, please. Because they're messing up traffic patterns. Big time. Now, when it's all said and done, the traffic may move a bit more smoothly, but you're supposed to only do it once. You're only supposed to do one project at a time. That's how I see it, because you're increasing the margin for error if you're doing multiple projects. If you're doing multiple projects back to back, or even simultaneously.
Right.
That's just how productivity works.
But you want to hear something? You might be 100% right. They're probably not going to think none of that, and in the end, they're going to just do what's convenient for them.
But here's the more interesting part. Since I don't think the area in Delaware. Well, I don't think Delaware in general is known for tourism except for in the beach areas. That's the only place I can picture there being some actual real tourism. Not. Or it might be somewhat comparable to NYC or Manhattan, but it's not completely a Manhattan, but there is a lot of traffic going in and out of there. Like going towards my house, since Delaware, since basically going to Rehoboth is basically about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes at most, going down Route 1, which I live really close to, by the way, uncomfortably close. The reason why I say uncomfortably close, because if they shut down Route 1, yeah, that's going to cause more problems than necessary. Like DE Route 1 is, well, it is kind of a highway. It's kind of a highway freeway, but I think its technical term is an expressway. Because it's kind of like I-95, except for I think it's kind of like the I-95, except it connects. Route 1 actually connects to 95, well, Interstate 95, and I think it also connects. Maryland to Delaware. Well, parts of Maryland, certain parts of it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad here. I don't have to worry about a sales tax. That's probably why people keep coming here. And property taxes isn't that bad. Like if you the only thing if you work in like a city tax is a flat rate. They won't increase it they won't. It's just set in stone. It's like one of those flat rates, and it's actually not that bad. I think it's like I think the city tax for Wilmington in general is about like 1.25 or something, but it's a flat rate. But if you happen to live outside of Wilmington, you have to pay Wilmington taxes as well as the taxes for where you live. But it's not that bad, considering there are pretty decent paying jobs around.
That's a good thing.
You just need like you can actually get a construction job. There's plenty of truck driving jobs. There's well, there is a lot of retail, but who in their right mind would like to work in retail? Unless they really want to work in sales. I don't really care. I don't really care for
Well,
working
it
in retail
depends.
personally.
Who you doing retail for? Because you could be doing retail for yourself.
That's true. No, I'm saying if you're working under a company,
Mm.
because I know that if you're working for yourself, then yeah, hats off to you. Because if you're doing retail for yourself, it's a lot different than doing retail for like somebody like Best Buy or like Target or something like that. So it's a lot different atmospheres, and also BJ's is one of them. We
Right.
have BJ's and Costco here, so we got a double whammy. two places that are good for buying in bulk, by the way.
Yeah, but
I
I
have
prefer
nothing
BJ's
against.
than Costco.
Well, if I need something from Costco, I can just ask Thomas's mom to pick it up, and I just pay her for it. Because she has the Costco membership, and I have the BJ's membership, so we kind of make arrangements like that. Like if she needs something from BJ's, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up for her, and we'll just exchange the funds later. So it's not that bad of a deal if you think about it. Like, cause you may be able to find something that's not readily available all the time at BJ's at Costco. So it works out if you're looking for a specific item.
Right.
And they both have relatively similar prices. So that's a plus. It's all a matter of preference if you think about it. But
Maybe.
if it's like
To me,
if
BJ's
it's like
had a slightly lower prices, but I could be wrong.
yeah, their prices are relatively close. So it's not really that bad. You're basically paying almost the same price, maybe slightly more, slightly less. Depends on the retailer. In this case, BJ's or Costco. But they do have a lot of stuff here. And I'm not gonna dox myself, but there are a lot of liquor stores here, man.
Well, maybe that's how people in Delaware feel. In order to have a good time, you got to drink.
Well, there are a lot of liquor stores here, but that's anywhere. The only thing is that everything like every liquor store is either closed on Sunday or for religious purposes, I guess. Or there's some that are still open.
It's not for religious purposes at all. They've just figured, you know what? You need one day to
recuperate.
I forgot how it was said, but it was kind of a public hazard thing. I can't remember why, but it wasn't because of religion. I can tell you that for sure. It was because they said, you know what? And it's not about the alcohol itself, because I mean, think about it. If you got alcohol in your house, you can't tell me not to drink it on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It was just to prohibit the sale. It was just to prohibit the sales of it, and it's not to say.
Like, there's some that are open on Sundays, but
yeah, I was about to say
those are
that.
like privately. Those are like privately owned.
Some actually had to close, and some was that you couldn't open up before 12.
Yeah, some weird weird custom like that.
But it wasn't due to religion.
And it has to close. It has to close before a certain time. But
you would be surprised, because that's what I thought. I thought they were doing it for religious reasons, but no. It's an official business kind of.
Store owners, it is religious.
No, because for some store owners, they would do when they closed for their religion. They didn't close it on a Sunday.
Yeah,
Because they,
I'm saying
because
like
their religion.
I'm saying if it's owned by the store owners, the one who runs the store, then they'll close it for that for their religion or something along those lines. But that depends on the store owner. Like the one over by the one store owner I know of a liquor store that actually carries the imported liquors I like or that I'm accustomed to drinking. He's open every day, but he closes early on Sundays. Like, I think he closes at like 6 or something like that on Sunday. But he has a family. And sometimes he'll close early if there's like an emergency or something like that, which is understandable. If there's an emergency, you have to stop. You have to stop and take care of it. But that's actually that's situational on its own. But I don't mind that. I have no quarrel with that at all. Because that actually makes sense. But also I think they already legalized the green stuff. They already legalized that here. It's just that it's taking a while to get dispensaries and stuff like that.
It's not that it's taking
Hey,
a while.
Dragon. You've got a lot of fans coming to watch you race this jet. Go on, give them a show.
You got to get the right documentation because you can't. Not anybody can just open a dispensary, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's taking a while for them to operate because getting that stuff takes a while. I say to each their own. Whatever they do with their body is fine in that sense. As long as it doesn't involve me, I'm fine with it. Like, if somebody drinks, I don't know. Personally, I don't condone drinking and driving, but I understand if you have experience, you have no idea. I can understand that. But be on your P's and Q's. Don't be swerving and shit.
You can't say that because when you're drunk, you think you see everything straight when you don't.
I'm saying like, well, if you know you're that intoxicated and you have no way of driving, take your time, and at least try not to kill people.
Here go my advice.
If you have to.
Here go my advice. If you know you're drunk and you ain't gotta take people home, or if you do gotta take people home, tell people about 10 to 20 minutes. Sleep some of that shit off before you start driving. Or have a designated driver, as they say. You know you want to trip like that? Have a designated driver.
That actually makes sense. Sleep it off a little.
That's what I do. If I get to catch myself in a situation, and it depends, because it depends on location as well. You know, if I'm in a situation, I would turn the car on, lock my doors, turn on the AC, and sleep for a little while.
Let's put it this way. I normally don't. I haven't drinking drinking and driving in my lifetime. I've never drinking and drove in my lifetime. Hey, I know some people that have. Rather is one of those people. Yeah, I think he learned his lesson from that, but me personally, I'm just saying, don't throw caution to the wind. That's all I'm saying. When you're inebriated like that, like really drunk, use caution in everything.
I'll say it again, don't move.
I'm saying if you're forced in that situation.
No, even if you're forced in that situation, even if you get a hold of your bearings.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was indirectly saying, but
because I'm gonna tell you something. I shouldn't talk about it was kind of dangerous because I could have put both of our lives at stake, but at the same time, I think my brother did that to me for a reason, was for me to get myself together. There was a time I was driving and it felt like I was gonna hit something, and I'm trying to hold it together. And when I realized how messed up I really was, I had to take a few seconds, take some good breathers, and say, no. If you can't make it, then don't drive. My brother even offered to drive for me, but I was like, no. I mean, I don't know if you're messed up or not.
That was.
I ain't taking no chances.
I had no idea you could even compete, let alone pull off a win like that.
yeah, I understand that.
I won't even lie to you. I've gotten to a point now where I don't even drink no more because I don't have a limit. Everybody's like, no, your limit, no limit. Let me tell you something. The amount of alcohol I can consume, it's hard for me to know my limit.
Hey, like, let's put it this way. My limit is when my head starts to be a weightless. Once that occurs, I'm not drinking. Like once it starts
but you want to hear something? I don't have experiences like that until the very last minute. If you ever hang with me, I mean, I don't know if it'd be even possible to get me that kind of twisted. But if you ever with me, you would see that me getting twisted it's easy and it's hard.
Speaking of twisted, you've drank with
Which leaves us with the 12 best road racers at the festival, all competing to be crowned the new road racing champion at Horizon.
That was soft. That was just having a few
This is the Colossus. Are you ready?
He was going out somewhere with his brother.
Those two
I guess
still
his
talk?
brother.
Many times as they fought. Trust me, I've known Demo and his brother since they were like teenagers.
Yeah, they talk.
I'm actually surprised because I tried to
turn around.
catch up.
It is safe to do so.
But I don't know where he's located.
Well, right now I couldn't tell you.
In 200 yards, turn right.
I think he moved out before
Turn right.
I mean, his brother was moving around a lot, so.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He was moving
In 400 yards, turn left.
I don't know if he's got cash like that or not.
I'm not saying he does. I'm not saying he doesn't. I actually think it was more of a school thing that enable them to move around that much, really.
Oh,
You know,
you mean studying abroad?
Yeah, when you're studying and you get on certain scholarships or grants or whatever, they cut you some slack and allow you certain ventures that everyday people might not get opportunities like these things. I might as well just call her my niece. Right now, she's in Puerto Rico. She's in Puerto Rico because of her school. And when you see her Instagram,
trust me, I know about studying abroad. I almost considered it, but the opportunities given at my current college.
400 yards.
Well, I've had a few instances to go to Hanoi.
Turn left.
Or Scotland. I kind of passed those up because of financial reasons.
Yeah, like I was saying, she's in Puerto Rico right now.
You have arrived at your destination.
At her Instagram pictures, it almost looks like she's having more fun than she is actually working. But it is kind of a work. She's doing some kind of diplomatic work or something. I don't even know what the hell they call it, but I know it is through her.
Interpreter.
I know it's through the college. No, not an interpreter. You don't speak no Spanish. It's some kind of project they on over there. Some helpful aid something kind of project. Helping clean up or something.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with the field of study she's in, but I just know she's over there.
To do with it.
I know she's over there, and she looks like she's having fun. So I'm assuming maybe his brother had similar opportunities, and that's why it was like he was all over the place.
I wouldn't put it past her because his brother's a very outgoing person. I'm gonna just throw that out there. His brother was definitely an outgoing person, and I already know he's got a great level of intelligence. Even though he was more of the reserve type, he wasn't as talkative. Demo, he's very talkative.
I think he's still a little bit reserved. I just think he's talkative when it comes to women, which all men should be.
With the whole thing about Me Too, I'm kind of avoiding.
What?
I'm avoiding unnecessary conversations with him, if you know what I mean. Like if we don't know if because that's the last thing I need is to have to deal with a frivolous lawsuit that can literally destroy my chances of actually becoming an engineer before it even happens.
I mean, I don't understand where that's coming from, but
just look at some of the Me Too the hashtag Me Too lawsuit things, and you'll see what I mean.
I mean, I'm familiar with it, but I don't understand what that has to do with you.
No, I'm saying I'd rather not put myself in that situation. Like, I'd rather.
I don't see how you could with a family member, but if it was to get to that point, I would assume due to his family that you would still have some kind of restraint. Because I mean, shit, I have family that sometimes will say dumb shit. I know everybody in my family have something smart to say, and I'm just waiting for them to say it. Let me be truthful. I'm just waiting for them to say it. And after they say it,
I'm still pretty tight with his family. Like, they all remember me from back in the day. So.
No, but really I'm just saying.
Issue, but I'm saying like total strangers and stuff like that. I'd
rather do that and get the awkwardness. I'd rather do that and get rid of the awkwardness right away instead of letting it just sit there and then one day it happens, you know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you never know. You might run into him in the most unlikely places.
Hey, that would be cool if I ran into him. I'd be okay with that. Consider me and him go way back. I remember I used to hang out with him during the demo because demo was around.
So that's why I don't understand what you do. You got so much positive things to say, but then you said you don't want to end up in the YouTube. You don't know.
I'm saying as in me being his show when it comes to being very social. I exercise caution.
No, but I think he does.
That's just me. I'm a very cautious individual.
You know, I think he does too. I don't think he just go all willy-nilly and be messing with women. Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
But then again, we do live in an era of insecurity. So we also have the issue of people having bad day, and they just like
True.
we discussed earlier.
True, but
I'd rather not have to do.
I'm gonna say in a situation like that, let me tell you something. You know what? I almost was getting ready to talk some bullshit just now. Let me tell you something. I don't.
Was I talking bullshit?
I said you almost had me talking bullshit. That's what I was. In other words, I was gonna say something that wouldn't really apply to you because you just said something and it made me rethink what I was about to say, which is, you know, I still don't understand why you made the comment that you made, because you know people who get themselves in them kind of situations want to be in those situations. Now, you might disagree. You might disagree or agree. I don't know which one you would choose, but I'm gonna say you might be like some people and disagree with that. Oh, nobody wants to get themselves in that situation. That's what they tell themselves in the beginning. But in the end, it's a different story, because let me tell you something. If you don't want to be in a situation that may cause harm or whatever discomfort in your life, you're going to do your best to avoid it. Now, I understand there are certain situations that can be unavoidable. There could be some unavoidable situations. But for most parts, you can get away from anything that would cause you trouble, you know? And I honestly believe that. People who get in those kind of problems want to be in those problems. I'll give you an example. I was dating this girl, right? We broke up, so I'm no longer dating. So it's kind of like, I know she has a boyfriend. She's living with her boyfriend. Right?
That's another thing. That's another thing about me. I don't. Hey, I know this might sound a little narcissistic, but I'm a person who values privacy and stuff. Sometimes I will opt out of it. But that's just me.
Alright, I mean, hey, you're a dude. For whatever reasons, you choose that, you choose that. You know? But anyhow, she was living with this dude, but he wasn't there at the time. She invites me into her house, and technically she invites me in her house for sex. We never had sex. Well, I would have liked to. And, you know, she kept dropping the towel. Won't stay on me. It's like, I guess she was trying to get me to someone to come and grab her or something. You know? But I live in a society where I use my mind a little bit too much. I'm like, you ain't catching me with no bullshit. So I turn around and I look at her, and I'm like, you happy? I looked at you. And then I went back to watching TV. So she irons her clothes and like, yeah, I gotta go on this meet. I gotta go on an interview or da 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 da. I said, listen, don't ever do that, man. Don't ever bring a guy to your house and expect, and tell him you want sex and then tease him and like that. I was like, most guys in the gym come from. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not doing that. One thing, ain't nobody saying he raped me. I ain't giving nobody that.
Yep. That's the thing about me too.
You like me enough, you make the first move. But I'm gonna give you a story with that too. When I was younger, if you was a girl and you made the first move on me, I would get nervous. Because I would think you up to something.
Yep. I feel like my radar's going on. Hey, you got a badass car. I'm sitting running around with the 126 Hemi Cuda. It's only modified to the A-class. This damn thing hard. And I'm playing the Goliath race, so it's a really long race. Even though the only thing I don't like about this race is the fact that it's a wet road race and we're driving all antique vehicles, so yeah, that can be a bad idea. But yeah, back to the subject. You know I don't like relinquishing power. That's just how I am. I'd rather keep my own power. Giving somebody power. Because if I give them that power, they're more than likely going to use it against me. I have experience with that. So I'd rather avoid that situation. You know what I mean? Trick to the trade is don't give nobody power over you.
But you want to hear something? Sometimes you can't help it.
That's true.
You know, sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna say it like this. I think most times it happens accidentally or unknowingly, and about a good maybe 10 to 15% of the times you might do it willingly. You know, and it's so funny how you could, and it's funny how you would give somebody power over you, because it could be over the smallest and most simplest of things.
That is true.
Like my child mother said, you know, she's not the type to use things against people or whatnot. Right now, she might have something that she might think she could use against me, but in reality, I'm the one who gave her the information. So if she's smart enough to know whatever I told her, if she uses it against me, I already have her back in the way. Because I'm the one that told you about it. I'm the one that gave you that information. Whether it be false or whether it be true, I'm prepared for whatever action that will come across through by you trying to use that against me. You know? Because I'm like that. I say, and for one part, I think she might know because I say a lot of crazy shit.
You're not the only one who's seen a lot of crazy shit.
No,
you may be my senior, but I've seen some shit. I even seen some shit that made me question the state of society on multiple fronts.
No, but I said I say situationship. No, you saying you see things.
I've seen some shit. It makes me question a lot of things. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not normally a person
That was
who
amazing.
asks
I don't think
questions
Rebecca
about
could have found a
everything.
better road racer if she tried. So,
I
tell
ask
me,
questions
how does it feel to be
if
Horizon's
they
new
set
road
off,
racing
if
champion?
they set off red flags in my brain. If they're red flags, I'm like, okay, that's something I need to question. Get more details before I make it. An actual educated decision. Oh shit! I made 28 grand off of one race.
No, you can't make 28 grand off of one race, man. Come on. How you making 28 grand off of one race, man? That's not fair.
Well, considering the size of my car garage, I'm like, really making can I really afford not to make a lot of money?
Just now, I'm gonna have to chill.
What are you planning on doing? Just
Just relaxing, and because if I'm gonna carry out my plan, then I actually gotta go and wind down within what time it is? Yeah, I need to start winding down now.
yeah.
Damn, I just looked like, and it was like just 8 o'clock. Now it's already like minutes to 10, yo.
It's about 26 minutes to 10.
Yeah, but that's still too close to the time. You know, I really want to relax, you know. I can't relax like this.
Oh yeah. Can I bring up a subject that's kind of been irking me?
What?
Let's see. Where do I start? Oh, people asking random strangers for financial help on social media. That shit's irking the hell out of me.
You know what? I can understand that because it's like a modern day bum, you know, or a futuristic bum. Instead of they on the street corner begging you for $1, it's now going digital, you know, and it just seems like
But also, here's the other part. The second part to that is like, let's use an example. Because I know you like examples. Like, let's say if it's a woman, right? Now, she doesn't know you. She doesn't know you.
It's actually worse that you said it was a woman. It's actually worse.
I'd love to hear your comment after I finish what I say. She didn't know you. She just randomly chats you and then starts asking for financial help. That shit irks me because I'm like, you mean to tell me? And here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. They probably graduated college. No, I'm not a college graduate. I own that shit. I took a few semesters off because the fact is financially it's not feasible. Because paying for classes takes a lot of money. like an 8 credit an 8 credit class could run you about almost $800 depending on the type of material. Like if it's a math class, it's about 7 something. If it's something along the lines of engineering, it's going to cost you a lot more because you need certain materials, you need access to labs, that type of shit. So my thing is, and you know what's even worse? When they have a job.
But hold on, how you know all of that?
No, I'm just giving examples.
But to me, that's a terrible example, because if you know the person has a job and they are on the internet asking you for money, shame on them, and even shame on you worse if you give them money.
I ain't giving people shit. Here's my philosophy. Like, if I wouldn't mind helping you, I wouldn't mind helping people I know. That goes without saying. But if I don't know you, if I don't know you and I can't physically see you, there's no way in hell I would give you anything. I'd give you advice, but that's all I'm giving.
Now, to me,
but
were you talking about sounds like a basic scam artist? Because if you could sit there and say what you're saying, because you gotta look at it like this: anybody that don't know you, that asks you for money, obviously is up to something. And
yeah, they're up to something nefarious.
And as a scam artist, this is a scam that, up to my knowledge, has been going on for years. And when I say years, I'm talking about it's been going on so long, it makes me feel like the Egyptians were the ones doing it. Because
yeah, trust me.
That's how old this scam is. But for some reason, it's a gullible scam, and it's working because you got people who fall for it for some reason. Like, for instance, I'll be straight with you. I'm like, no one, I have to call it a scam. From everything you explained to me, sounds like a scam. Now, mind you, I'm not hard up for no chick. I'm not hard up for no chick or nothing like that. I ain't no ugly motherfucker who can't get no chick, you know. So, but you know, I like trying new things sometimes. Everybody say, hey, try dating sites and I do, and sometimes I used to do it for fun, right? Now,
yep.
I had a girl sent me a picture, or let me put it this way, because I said a girl. I had someone sent me a picture to make me believe it was a girl. I don't know if it was a girl or not, because I never met the person. All transactions is happening on the internet. Hey, hi, how you doing? How's your day? Yeah, I had fun today. I was in school, or I was at work doing blah, 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 blah. You know? After about a week or two talking to one another like that, comes around and I got some sad news. What happened? My mother or my father died. Or my brother needs a surgery and I can't. I don't have the money. And you know, if we don't get the surgery, if I don't get the money in the next couple of days, he's gonna lose his leg or he's gonna die or something. You know? Oh, sorry to hear that. Can you help me with some money? Nope. Can you help me with some money? Shit, I'm broke. My rent needs to be paid.
You know, I've actually done that to a scam artist where I said nope. I said I don't have any money. I tell them I don't have it. I tell them I don't have any money.
So anybody that falls for that, go ahead.
If they keep insisting, either they get blocked, or I basically be like, I basically make up something something that's gonna make them pissed enough to leave.
Right. Nah, but you got some people, you got some scam artists who I mean, think about it. You're on the internet. You ain't got nothing better to do. You got some people who go hard, yo. You got some people who keep going at it until you either say no or something. And to me, that's really bugged out, because if I already told you no, don't ask again. You know, I don't know you. Like you said, I don't know you. We're not personal friends. You know, I can't come and visit you. I can't come and visit you, and you can't come visit me if something was wrong. We just met over the internet. I don't even know if you're a real girl or what. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa.
Yep.
I don't know if you're a real dude. You know? How do I know you need help? I had this one girl from England, dog. England, talking about her father just died and she's about to get an inheritance, but she needs $1,000 to process the paperwork. I said, excuse me? Don't worry, I'll pay you back. And saying, I'll pay you back, hun. I'll pay you back, love. Yo, we ain't even kissing. You calling me hun and love? Yo, I don't know how stupid you think I am, but I don't got it. And even if I did have it, I wouldn't be sending it.
Yep.
You know? How some people get caught up in that is beyond me. Now, if you're an elderly person who got cognitive problems or issues, maybe I can understand that. Or maybe if you just a generally good-hearted person, because I'll admit my grandmother got scammed, and I was so heated because I'm like, how the woman that I idolized let this happen to her? You know, and I was like, Dad, I wish you waited till I got home or something. I would have smelt the scam in their voice, man. I'd be like, get out of here.
Yep.
But you see, my grandmother just happened to be a good-hearted person, and you do got a lot of people out there in this world that are like that, just good-hearted. And you give them a good story, they'll fall for it.
Yep.
Now, you and I may not be such people, but at the same time, you know.
Let's put it this way: I'm more dark-hearted than most people take me for.
But you know, at the same time, you saying that about yourself, right? One day, you never know. Somebody might chink away at your armor enough just to get in, you know. And when that person do, I feel sorry, because if they get in and they get away with it, the next person that try it, boy, they might lose a hand or something. You know? And that's not the only story I had. I even had this, what I would perceive to be this beautiful Russian chick. It's a shame that I don't keep these pictures, because at the end of the day, I think I realized they were a scam. I mean, they might be on some backup drive somewhere. I don't know, maybe. If I ain't break it, destroy it, who knows? Because I don't keep good track of certain things. You know, but she was bad looking. And was telling me how she travels back and forth from Russia to New York City and to do business for her family and all this thing, and right? Which and it seems like people forget that they tell you a story, because she told me she's coming back and forth to do business for her family, but yet it's gonna turn around and ask me to send her money so she could get a plane ticket to come and visit me. Chick, you're supposed to have money. You're doing business for your family. Why I got to send you money to come see me? You want to see me? If I want to come see you, I'll spend my money. You tell me where in Russia you are, and I come see you. But since you want to come see me, you spend your money. I mean, it's funny the thing people get away with. It's funny with the things that people scam with. But you know what? At the same time, should we criticize the individual who pulls off a scam and gets away with it?
Yep.
I mean, obviously, if you do it and you're greedy, then yeah, that's a different story. But let's say you're somebody who just does something once in a while, just because the opportunity presented itself, and you got away with it. You didn't even believe you was gonna get away with it, And you're like, seriously, this person is good, and you just go along with it and just walk away feeling like $1,000,000. Like, look at this idiot. He just handed me this for no damn good reason. But more to be on the lines of what you were saying, and let's say the person is genuine, right? Let's say the person is genuine who befriended you on the internet. How could you just befriend someone and ask them for money?
That's what I don't understand.
I'll be honest with you.
Don't.
I'll be honest with you. If you ask me to send you a slice of bread, I'll still look at you funny. But I might be more willing to believe. I might be more willing to believe that you want that slice of bread. But I'll still look at you funny because, I mean, yo, you want me to send you a slice of bread? Where you live? Do you know how long that slice of bread is going to take to reach you? It's going to be stale by the time it reaches you.
Yeah. Considering it would take about 3 days for it to reach me.
No, you.
Yes, I looked.
Honestly, if you was to do that, it would never take 3 days. Here why? One, I could turn around and bring the bread for you myself. Two,
that's true.
Let's say I did not want to spend the toll or the gas money because you asked me for a loaf of bread now. So paying that tax and that toll and everything would be a little bit more than what the bread is worth.
Yes.
I could send it to you to the mail. You would get it within a day. You're right there.
Yeah.
Now, if it was like California, then it may take 3 to 4 days.
California. Oh man.
Because I already checked how the mailing system actually works around here. And you are right, it could take up to 2 days for you to get the bread, because it also depends on what time did I mail it.
Yeah. If you mail it early in the morning, it would take a little less time, but
anything after 12
yep.
will take about an extra day or day and a half.
Yep.
I know this much. Basically, anything in the eastern border or the East Coast, anything you mail in the East Coast, like if I was to mail something to Florida, I can guarantee if I mail something to Florida tomorrow, I know for sure they're getting it by Monday. Because tomorrow is Friday. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in transit on Saturday. Sunday, mail don't really move.
Yep.
Which leaves Monday, which is when you'll receive everything. Mid-coast or Midwest, as they'd like to say, takes an extra day to 2 days, and that depends on which part of the Midwest you ship into too.
Yep.
Because they split the Midwest north and south, so I think north receives it in a couple of days, and I think south takes an extra few days.
That sounds about right.
That's why anything going to like California will take a good four or more days, depending on what it is.
And you know what else is? You know what else irks me a little bit?
What?
How some individuals some individuals. Man, I noticed this amongst a lot of females on Instagram, which is funny. How they try to. I don't know how they select the people they target for relationships, but we all know relationships on social media never really work.
But you want to hear something?
First,
relationships on social media, especially places like Instagram, I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's theatrical. It's a show people are putting on for you.
yeah, I know.
Because
Stupid.
because think about it. A relationship is something personal. When you take when you take the personal out of a relationship, it's not what it's meant to be.
Yep.
I mean, even guys or girls that have more than one or two boyfriends or girlfriends, even though they have more than one partner, it's still a certain type of relationship which the one they care about the most is the one you will hear the least about. Is the one you're going to see the least of, which is weird because you would think, well, if you love or you like that person more, you would come out with them more, you would show them off more, when it's actually the other way around because you're doing it falsely thinking you're doing it to protect them. The ones you don't care about, you don't really mind being seen in certain places with them, and then in certain places you make sure that you're never seen with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, it's all of this stuff is weird. It's like, I don't know how, I don't know why, but everything that I know growing up to be normal is now not normal. And it's crazy.
Like the social norms are ass backwards.
Yeah. You know, I get social media. Social media is supposed to be this platform that helps you connect with people. It can get work done. You know, it can bring people together who are been separated by miles and miles of land and oceans. But all this other stuff we do on it, it's really unnecessary, and we basically do it to showcase ourselves, even when we think we're being private, and we're not.
Here's the funny part. Like, if you hadn't noticed, my Facebook, I rarely use it for anything.
Well,
I only use it to advertise my my live streams and shit. That's all I use it for now. Because it became quite redundant after the one time I got one of my posts didn't show up, and it was something inspirational to a lot of people, something that was an inspiration to me. That I thought I would share with everybody that was on there. And ever since then, I said, no, I'm done with this platform. It would just be nothing more than just an advertisement channel for my live streams and videos. After that, I was just like, I'm done with Facebook. I'm really not fucking with them anymore.
Right. Well, I was going to say, what you said there to me is a tough question because I myself am not on Facebook as much as I used to. Not even showcasing work or anything. To be honest with you, all my work right these days are being showcased on Instagram. When I go on
Yeah.
Facebook, I go on Facebook to check to see what my closest friends and family are doing or saying, and that's only for a split second. Like my cousin, he be calling me, and because I don't even carry Facebook on my phone, so you know it's constantly on my tablet. So I think my tablet has it running like I'm constantly on. So people be trying to contact me, mostly family, when I'm not really on. So I be missing calls and greetings and hellos and stuff.
Yep.
Only once in a while I'll see if something really interesting happened that day. When I go on Facebook, there's a good chance I will notice it. Other than that, I'm like you. I don't pay much attention to Facebook no more. Facebook has become
Yep.
stale, and with all the political stuff that's surrounding it, which I won't even lie to you. Even in the beginning, I had problems with Facebook because I knew it was tracking and doing this and that, and I didn't care. I'll be honest with you. I didn't care because I know I'm not doing anything wrong or illegal on it, but at the same time, knowing what it was capable of doing and what it was doing made me say, I don't want to be on this thing all the time. I don't know if you remember. You remember MySpace? I used to spend a lot of time on MySpace. And
Yep.
at the same time, I have to say I didn't spend a lot of time on it because after a while it got stale too because it was like MySpace was turning into Facebook when MySpace was supposed to be just about you airing your shit out and displaying whatever you wanted to display, whether it was artwork, body work, whatever it was. That's why it was called MySpace. It was a place for you to be you.
Yep. And then they fucked that up.
Yep. Yep.
It's a damn shame. They can't stick to the guns.
hmm Because when you think about it, in the beginning, Facebook was real good. Not only was Facebook good, Facebook was one of the first places I started playing on the PC. Started playing PC games again.
I still play PC games, but not as often as I should.
Yeah, but you see, with Facebook, it was different. It was like, here it is, you could, socialize with your friends and at the same time play this game. I'll never forget the game, some kind of vampire game. That was off the hook to me. Everybody I knew was playing until it got stale.
Yep.
Now the game to play on Facebook, which I end up getting real good at, which I'm seeing a lot of people end up getting good at, is that homicide game where you're like a detective and you got to put all the clues together and find who did the crime and stuff. I don't know if that's still popping, but I remember that was popping at one time. The farmer game. The farming game was popping too. That happened. I used to do my farming game.
Farmville, I think it was.
Yeah, Farmville. There you go. Believe you me, I was taking care of my crops. and then the next one. I don't know why. I to be honest with you, I don't know why these games start off strong and then end up weakly. The one where you had to build, where it was like you was building society. You used to build towns and carnivals and stuff like that.
Oh, let's see. Sounds a lot like civilization. Faces. I think I've created a monster machine. The funny thing is, I actually wanted one of these. If I could have any muscle car, it would be this thing. A 426 Plymouth Barracuda. And I wanted to look exactly like this one, maybe. Maybe me being a little flexible on the color, just not purple. Because that goes against my my normal color scheme.
Up, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I gotta stop winding down. Bless you. Did I put that food away? No, that food is probably still on the table. I don't think I'm gonna eat again. You wanna hear something funny?
What's up?
Here it is. I'm talking about I'm gonna go wind down, right? And I am gonna wind down. But the funny thing is, here what my plan is. My plan is to go wind down, right? And about, let me see. Hopefully, I could fall asleep before 12 o'clock. If I can fall asleep before or by 12 o'clock, that will allow me to get at least 3 hours of rest. Because by 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when I'm gonna go to the ER. And then from there, hopefully I don't spend too much time in the ER because, you know, it's early in the morning. Hopefully there ain't a whole lot of sick people in the ER at that time in the morning. Because if there is, I might have a long morning. But, you know, if I'm lucky, right, I go there about 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, by the time I get out of there, maybe 5. I get out of there by 5, 6 o'clock. Head by my child in the morning. Help her get ready to go to her eye appointment and take care of the day. Take care of the day from that angle. Now that's the plan, right? Now it might not go down like that. It might not go down like that. I might go to sleep by 1 o'clock, excuse me, and don't get up until 5, 6 o'clock, which would mean I would have to go straight to meet my daughter instead of going to the ER for myself, which I wouldn't mind, but would be once again me procrastinating going to the ER for some reason. Because here it is, I'm making a plan and I'm making time that should be executed well. Once I do it properly. I mean, I'm not doing anything to overexert myself. I'm actually going to go rest, lie down, you know, collect my energy, and then get out of here by 3 o'clock in the morning, which to me sounds like good timing.
Yep.
So all I can say, my friend, is keep your fingers crossed. If I want to go take care of my throat, then I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do so.
All right, we can get together tomorrow.
Nah, I'm the only way we might be able to speak tomorrow might be through text, because I'm gonna tell you, once tomorrow begins, I'm gonna be busy. I'm going to be tired mentally, maybe not physically, but I'm going to be mentally tired tomorrow because my mind is going to be all over the place tomorrow. I mean, shit, my mind is all over the place now. Tomorrow it's going to be 10 times worse.
All right. Well, if you need somebody to, if you want to chat with me, just just shoot me a message, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you actually get some sleep.
I'll be honest with you, I don't need it. I think I have enough energy or enough rest. I'm just trying to conserve as much energy as I can for actually tomorrow. Because I don't know why, but I really have to say, it seems like I'm making an excuse not to go to the ER. And it's crazy because I really don't know what's wrong with me, and here it is. I keep
Well,
thinking it's
I
something
have
simple, and it might not be as simple as I think it is.
hmm. Let's put it this way. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the hospital. Never was.
Mm.
So, even after the whole car accident, I was not going to the hospital.
Nah, man, that's one thing I don't play with. If it's if
Like
it's if it's big enough, I am going to the hospital. That's money. That's money
like
you playing with. You playing with money then. I don't play with money.
like here's the thing.
Mm.
That was when I totaled the Jag.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically I was perfectly fine. Sure I had a hit to my pride and probably a bruise on my rib cage, but trust me, I actually know if something was wrong because I wouldn't be able to breathe properly because the fact is the lung issue.
Mm.
Like my lungs have been doing better. Like actually, my lung function improved so much that the doctor's like amazed. They want me to do something for the respiratory foundation or some shit, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I do not want to go nowhere near a hospital anymore.
Mm.
Because my lung function was not always the greatest when I was younger. When I actually came here because I lived in very polluted areas. We already know that your lung function is gonna take a downward spiral from
Right.
heavily polluted areas. That's kind of why I ended up here. Like for some reason, well, I've always had allergies per se.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only to certain plants. So basically, my lungs work perfectly fine after all the interesting things I had to do in my life. Like, my lungs bother me every once in a while, but it's nothing serious. It's just like forgetting to pace yourself and stuff like that. It's nothing stupid.
I forgot. I mean, I know you should know breathing exercises.
Yeah. No, sometimes I forget to use them.
You know, because
Like
because I'll be honest with you, there's certain exercises and techniques that I'm supposed to be doing to try to prevent my back from getting any worse than it actually is. And I don't know, out of habit, I don't know if it's out of laziness, but I myself at times tend not to do what I'm supposed to do.
Like I know breathing exercises, but they're not the type of breathing exercises most people would. Hold on. Button for the headlights. I want to see if I can flash my high beams. I know there's a button for it. I just don't really remember what it is. Basically, like I sometimes forget to do breathing exercises because, considering a lot of times I'm notified last minute of stuff that needs to be done, so I'm either in a rush or I'm just like that happened, gotta go address it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I actually exercise, I don't actually kill myself. I don't actually kill myself in terms of breathing exercise. It's just sometimes I actually move faster than than me taking a breath. You know what I mean? But I noticed that's an odd habit of mine, is I tend to hold my breath during an exercise, during certain types of exercise.
Yeah, but you know what? You should
puts less strain on my body for some fucking reason. But then again,
nah, believe it or not, I understand what you're talking about, but at the same time, you shouldn't do that, because it's almost like me when I'm having sex. I realize sometimes when I know, because it was funny when I realized this. I realized sometimes when I'm having sex, I'm not breathing. And I'm like, dog, you need to breathe, man. One day I might suffocate myself having sex because I won't breathe. You know, because
that's absolutely funny.
Because, you know, we once again, we live as men with certain stigmatisms, right? And,
yep.
You know, especially if you like sometimes, well, not porn so much, because porn, they let it out in porn. But, you know, like when you watch ordinary movies, you never hear the man make a sound, you know? So I guess maybe trying to imitate that, trying to like slow down my breathing, I end up not breathing, and then I had to retrain myself to breathe. And when I retrained myself to breathe, I actually had a girl ask me, she was like, is something wrong? She like she made it sound like I was about to have a heart attack. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm just trying to enjoy every moment of this. That's it. And I had to explain to her what I was doing. And I was like, because even women do it. Some women, when they have sex, they're not breathing.
Like, I have a theory about, in my case, because I used to be a pretty active swimmer, so that might play a role in that. Because when it comes to swimming, if you're doing,
you hold your breath.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you said that.
I still haven't broke the habit.
You know, it's funny that you said that, because now you make me wonder if that's the same reason why I do it. But I don't want to play copycat, you know, but at the same time, I don't know about now. I mean, like, I love to swim. But I haven't been to the beach. I haven't been to the beach in a long time. And with all the crazy things you hear in that beaches, it's like, I don't even want to go to the beach. I'm trying to find a nice pool I can go to. Well, actually, I have a pool, but during the summer, they give kids first priority of the pool.
Well, if you do get to a place which I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you're a very resourceful individual.
Yeah, if I
If you
try
need,
hard enough.
you can actually get a pool of your own. Like, I
I
might
don't live in
actually
a
talk
house where I can do
stepdad.
that. Huh?
No, I'm saying if you get a house with a slab of land, you can actually do that, or you can have a house with an indoor pool, which
I'll be
if I
honest
was
with
ever to
you. If I could have the money to do that, I guess I would. Especially like you said, an indoor pool, because I would want the luxury of being able to swim every day, any time of the day or night, without being inhibited.
and on top of that, keeping it clean and keeping the pool clean is actually going to be a lot easier because you don't have to worry about insects or random like tree limbs and shit
True
when there's
that,
a storm.
but I mean at the same time, I'm also smart enough to know if I was to build a pool, if I had a house and I was to build a pool, I want a kind of retractable um closing for it. I mean, at the same time, I don't know if I want it 100% automated because I would hate for somebody to be in the pool and then the shit automatically close by itself and then they can't open it. But at the same time, I want something that can be. I would want a pool that you can cover it and it's not a task to do so.
That's true.
I mean, I won't even
Like
lie to you. Though you
like
can't swim in it, I think I would even be happy with a jacuzzi.
yeah, the jacuzzis aren't bad at all.
The only thing is that you really can't swim in a jacuzzi. I mean, you could, but you could and you can't.
You you could if the jacuzzi's big enough, but that's gonna run you a lot of fucking money.
No, not really. Not really. It's just even though if you were to get it, it still won't be. It just wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't be enough.
Like personally,
Because I'll be honest with you. I mean, I haven't done it in years. I haven't done it recently because, I mean, my uncle now uses that bathroom, and it's kind of like if it's his almost. But I had at least in my younger days, I had a bathtub big enough where it would feel like I was swimming in it. I don't know if I outgrew that bathtub yet, though. I mean, I might have, or who knows. They still didn't fix this. They spent all day updating this game, and they still didn't fix this. That's stupid.
yeah, I'm gonna have to delete some of my pictures. Well, that's fine by me. I'm totally fine with that. I had to get rid of some of this shit anyway.
What?
Unnecessary pictures.
You know, I actually had to do that myself. Like, I'm a picture thief. I would go on Instagram, see a hot girl, and take a picture because I want to cut it out for photo editing and stuff. And then I realized I started doing that so much that I've accumulated so much pictures that it will take I don't know how long to cut them out and do what I want to do for with it, editing. And I just had to say, you know what, just get rid of them. They serve no purpose. If I really want to work on a picture, I'm gonna try to adapt a new habit. If I'm not gonna work on that picture right then and there, I stop taking pictures because I got my own pictures to be taken. I'm supposed to be doing my own photo shoot soon. Actually, I was supposed to do a photo shoot for my birthday, but so much things went haywire. I did not do a photo shoot for my birthday, so I gotta actually do one. Even though my birthday is past, I still want to do one, and I'm gonna wear what I wore for my birthday, and then the other stuff that I was supposed to wear that I didn't wear yet.
You know, it's also interesting.
What?
Um, I don't know if you heard about this, but you notice how ever since the whole censorship brigade on YouTube happened, Google lost a shit ton of money, and it
Mm-hmm.
really shows.
Because
Like,
people do not want to be censored. Once you start censoring people, you start giving people the sense of no freedom. And that's what I don't know if, well, the United States know that better than anybody. But I don't know if Google and all them other companies, I don't know if they really understand it, because I get it. You don't want to have a platform where somebody is practicing hate speech. That will definitely look bad. But at the same time, it's like, come on, everybody has the right to say what they want to say, as long as they ain't hurting nobody. At least they.
yep.
Yo,
I ain't gonna deny that shit.
someone could call me ugly, son of a bitch. They could call me faggot. They could call me whatever they want. The same thing they could call me, I could call them back. As long as they don't physically touch me or bring harm to me or anyone I care about, we good. Once you do that, then I'm gonna do what any normal person would do: defend and fight and protect and honor. I'm gonna do those things because who wouldn't?
Yep. You want to hear
But to
something
be
interesting?
what?
When you mentioned putting their hands on you, right? The
Mm-hmm.
first thing that comes to my mind is our state's law, where called the Castle Doctrine. Have you heard of it?
No, I don't live in your state, so how the hell I'm gonna hear about it?
I think well, I don't know if New York has it, but I know a lot of states have
I don't
something
think so.
similar to the Castle Doctrine,
Let me hear it.
where Castle Doctrine is when you don't have to retreat when defending your property and its occupants.
I think isn't that I think isn't that every American's right?
But I'm saying they don't they say you are authorized to use lethal force to do so
Mm-hmm.
without law legal penalization.
But you see, that's a double-edged sword, because
Yes, I
here,
know.
here it is. You could defend your property, right? But I guarantee you, if you got an illegal weapon, it could backfire on you, even though that you protecting what is rightfully yours. Because I've heard law cases where such acts have happened. I've heard where a thief broke in a dude's house, got shot, and he sued the dude for shooting him because he shot him in the back when he was when he was running out the door. Nigga, I don't care if your back or your front is towards me. You came in my house. I takes no mercy on you. And for me to be penalized by a law for protect your minds, then so be it. Somehow I'm gonna find a way around that, and I'm gonna beat that, because I mean,
Well,
shit, you
I don't
broke
know
into
if
my home. What would happen if he
I
would
don't
have
know if
shoot me
blades
and
are
killed me?
considered illegal, but I have them.
Huh?
I don't know if blades are considered illegal, but
It
I have
depends.
more than enough.
It depends. It depends. It depends. There's a whole bunch of swords I want to get, right? And I don't know if I'm going
Hmm.
to be able to get them because they're
May I
swords.
ask?
Because they're swords. They're considered weapons. And 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 depending on where you buy these items, they will not ship to you. Even BB guns. BB guns are illegal in the state of New York. And I find that
I had no
ridiculous.
idea that was actually a thing. Thanks
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the info.
it is. And I don't know how many other states there is that do that. There's certain states, as long as you are within city boundaries, you cannot have not even a BB gun. You know,
I know they're trying to outlaw handguns, but
and here go the joke. America was founded on BB guns. I mean, once again, not to make it about race, but you know how many
but last time I checked
Caucasians or Europeans who came to the United States when BB guns were in full swing used to buy shit. That was the perfect toy to take home to your child, bro. Especially if they were a boy, especially if they were boys. A BB gun
yep.
was like the ultimate toy you could bring home to your child. Now it's illegal, and you know what? I understand why it's illegal because one, little children are getting shot by police because they look like the original gun. So I kind of understand why they would want to ban it a little bit. Two, you got dumbass adults who cannot get a gun for whatever reasons, legal or illegal, get their hands on a BB gun and do dumb shit like go robbing stores and shit. And then when the store owner pulls out a real gun, they running for their life because all they know is they got is a BB gun. Now, don't
I
get me
think about
wrong. BB guns are a good source of, I don't want to say protection, but it's a good deterrent. And as a person who's practicing with firearms, I need to have a BB gun. And it's like I got to get a gun license in order to have a BB gun, and I think that's ridiculous.
The fuck? If that's the case, you might as well just get an actual firearm.
Well, no, there's a purpose for having a BB gun. It's part of a training.
No, I'm saying if we have to get a license for it.
But even though you got to get a license for it, I mean, it's stupid because it's training. I've talked to a lot of different trainers who say it's good to have BB guns to familiarize yourself with the gun that you intend on buying. I got BB guns. Like I said, I got family that's police, and shit is I don't take it outside. Not only do I not take it outside, I use them for a lot of props in my photo work. You know, I could get my hand on real guns too. But before I do that, I'm actually going to do a few things because I'm actually going to get some police officers to help me get my gun license when I'm actually ready. Right now, I'm looking for a piece of documentation that I have because I heard by law I can have my 8 hours class. I can have an 8-hour class and still apply for a gun license. So I want to look for my 8-hour certificate before I apply. And while I'm applying, I'm actually going to sign up for another 8 hours. Not only that, I'm going to go and find a gun range that I can join. And because Demolisher have been trying to get me to do this for years, though. Go to a range and start practicing. He actually wanted me to come to Philly and practice. But that's when he was living in Philly. Speaking about that, for a matter of fact, in the next couple of days, I'm going to give him a call because he said he's getting himself a little bit settled now where he's at, and we got to get to talking because he said he's about to join a different sheriff office. He said that pays more and stuff. So I'm happy for him. I hope he gets the position. You know, to me, at the end of the day, sometimes people look for the wrong things in life. I mean, I get it. You want a job that pays you well, but sometimes you need to work your way up to that before just jumping into that, you know? I mean, it took a while for him to get the job, which is kind of his dream job. He always wanted to become an officer. Now that you got it, you know, don't complain about the hours or nothing. Take it, suck it in, build upon it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to build something for yourself that won't be able to be touched by no one.
Yep.
You know, like I was telling you with the age cap thing. I don't know if it's in every state, but in New York there's an age cap. Oh, it's only recently I wish I was a cop. And it's kind of messed up what I want to be a cop for. Because to be honest with you, I don't even want to be a cop for the right reasons. I want to be a cop because they get away with so much shit. You know, I want to be able to come home tired from work, park by a hydrant, and not get a ticket. Or if I get a ticket, go to the judge, show my badge, and let him dismiss it. I mean, you don't know. That's basically 90. I don't even know how much money it is, but I think it's 90. Oh, no, I remember how much it is. I think it's $125. That's a $125 ticket I just saved on. You know, accidental speeding, because there is such a thing as accidental speeding. Because if you're trying to pass someone, but you don't know there's a traffic camera there, and you speed up right then and there because you're trying to pass someone, boom, you go over the limit by 1 mile, boom, you got a ticket. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to keep the streets safe as well, but if I had to be honest, I gotta say that's not what I'm doing the job for. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a good couple of people who became officers of the law, not because they wanted to keep the streets safe. It's because they either was trying to protect their cowardly ass, which I couldn't believe. When I got to find out how much people actually joined the police force that were actually cowards. They only brave because they got a badge and backup.
Hey, I missed a one-man army.
You see, people like you who are officers, I'm not gonna lie, I think end up actually being upstanding officers and actually do their job. But the weak ass ones, they do it for the wrong reasons. They do it for the wrong reason, and here it is. I'm not weak, but I'm admitting if I was to join, I might be joining for the wrong reasons. Now, when I wanted to become a firefighter, oh, that was a total different reason. I wanted to be a hero. That's why I wanted to become a firefighter. I wanted to be a hero. The 9/11 happened, and I was like, thank God I did not become a firefighter.
I understand that one.
And you want to hear something? When I took the fireman's test, they cheated me. And I didn't realize it. There was actually a lawsuit against it that I was supposed to take part of, but they somehow they made it seem like I could not be included in the lawsuit because my test score was too high. I'm like, duh. I'm like, I know my test score was high, but when I went for the physical exam, they cheated me. But I never got a lawyer or anything to fight for me. I just left it alone and didn't care. Because there's a series of physical tests that you have to go through, right? One was a stair climb with the oxygen tank and everything on your back. And these people, they tricked you. They trick you. They say, hey, for about a good 2 to 5 minutes. We'll let you test it out to see how it feels before the actual test. You know what they were doing? They were making you tired before you take the test. I failed the stair climb by a few seconds.
Here's the funny part about shit like that.
Mm.
I have carried I've actually carried full uniform, for tactical gear, a rucksack, and a rifle when I was on Marine base. Because I do whatever's necessary.
Right.
But I sometimes actually even increase that weight by putting more stuff than needed in the rucksack.
But you see, that's different. You do that. You do that knowingly. You're training yourself. You're not being tested on it. So I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but unless you're getting,
I did this on PT days, and they're like, "Why are you carrying your rucksack, man?"
But like I said, that's you personally training yourself. You know, you don't think I was training myself to be a firefighter? Yo, my child mother would tell you, I used to jog every morning. I used to jog from my house to her house. And then after I jogged from my house to her house, I mean, depending on how you look at it, to some people they may say that's not a long distance, but I don't know, a mile and a half maybe.
Remember I told you the place that the place that's in between where Bear meets Newcastle. That's about 10 miles away. I've actually ran that. I've actually walked that, ran that.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, I did it on a day where it was like 85 degrees, but I made it there.
Which is very bad to do. You shouldn't. They tell you you should never run in high heat.
Now, I did take breaks because I went to one of the I went to like the Royal Farms and bought like two Gatorades and stuff like that. So I wasn't that stupid. I wasn't gonna power all the way through. I took breaks, but my mistake is wearing the goddamn boots. Excuse my language, people. Because I messed up the insole on one of the boots, so the insole isn't completely together. It's like it's a memory from insole. It's not a gel insole like Dr. Scholl's. So I kind of messed it up because I wear those boots so much. Not only that, but I did a lot of like serious training exercises in those boots. The funny thing is, they're still relatively clean, and they look pretty. I'm not gonna say they look brand new, but they look relatively new. Like
Give me a
I've only
second.
had them for like. Okay. Excuse me. Put everything away. Shit. Good thing for an extended cord. I don't like when people ask. I don't like it when random strangers ask for money. Especially when they can do something. The Darkened Symphony. Ah. Yeah, I seriously need to wash my hair. I just haven't gotten around to it. That's one thing I do inherit from my Korean part. The fact that my hair gets oily so quickly.